Ich fühle mich freier, als ich es jemals zuvor war.
Freier, um was zu machen.
Mord ist eine logische Erweiterung des Geschäfts.
So reich und knackig. Ich rieche Sex an deinem ganzen Körper.
Gewalt braucht einen Grund.
Aufregend bei einem Mann zu sein, den andere umbringen wollen.
I don't know. I mean, it's all relative. Like he's kind everyone. Like I think the whole idea is that the world is totally crazy, and so there's no way to be normal. Like I think that's kind of what one of the ideas in the movie is. Which is kind of what I agree with in reality as well. Even the people who are the most normal are probably the most crazy.
Interesting question. I mean, maybe it goes from one insanity to another one, but yeah, the movement of the film is really towards a kind of liberation. You know, you have a character who seems to be in control. He's in control of his environment. He forces people to come into his limo, which is a little world that he's created, and he controls them and he manipulates them. Then, but I think as the movie goes on, he begins to feel that this world he's created is a prison, you know, that he's trapped by his own life. And so there's a movement towards freedom, really, to liberation, even though it's perhaps a very desperate kind of liberation. But so in that sense, I guess it's a movement from madness to some kind of sanity.
I mean, it's weird. I only really started thinking about how contemporary the story was when we started promoting it, because I always saw it as just this real obscure movie about this guy. I thought it was a character study. I also never thought about him as being anything to do with finance. I mean, I just thought that's just the world he lives in. He's not. I wasn't really playing a banker. So yeah, I mean, it is strange the parallels though, but we weren't doing it on purpose.
Yes, it was a surprise because really I started working on this movie 3 years ago. I actually wrote it before I shot my last movie, A Dangerous Method, and it's almost as though the world is catching up with Don DeLillo with what he wrote 10 years ago. It's really quite extraordinary. So. We were shooting scenes of anti-capitalist rioting in the streets of New York City, and then in the evening we'd see news of exactly that, Occupy Wall Street, anti-capitalist demonstrations in the streets of New York City. So it was quite spooky. I mean, in a way, DeLillo was sort of clairvoyant and prophetic, maybe.
My ideas for it, I was looking more at like sociopathic people, like, and I found out the last day we were shooting that there's this video on YouTube of Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer, and he's being interviewed with his dad, and I looked at that a lot when I found out that Paul Giamatti was using that video as well for his ideas, which I thought was incredibly strange. We were both looking at the same thing without realizing. For my character, it was really just one direction. I think he's so egocentric that he forces everyone not only to come into his train of thought in his day. You know, even his actions. You know, he has to go to get his hair cut, so everyone has to affect their day to come to him. But not only that, they have to speak his language. Like, he's invented this version of English, which. It's not standard English at all, and that's why everyone around him is a little bit scared, because he's so determined to be God that that's his one thought the whole time. Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah, I was kind of quite focused the whole time. This is so David's movie, and so I never felt any pressure when I was doing it. But at the same time, I think it is really rewarding. I mean, the fact that you can I really felt with this one, because you read the script and nothing like it is made, and when you look at the cinema, you know, you just see nothing comes out apart from superhero movies now, like nothing. And so you're just like, why is no one else trying to do something? Why is there no American new wave? There's like, every other country has a new wave. Everyone else has a renaissance of filmmaking. And but American actors and English actors are so scared to do anything other than franchise stuff. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe because I've already done a franchise.
Zerstör die Vergangenheit. Gestalte die Zukunft.
Alles in unserem Leben hat uns zu diesem Moment geführt.